In this we're going to record some income for the churchyard, and we're also going to pay out some expenses against the churchyard, and we're going to use the churchyard fund and also going to use the general fund in the expenditure. So we start by recording income. So we begin by selecting the date. We want the date that the burial of ashes took place. We select the current account. We enter the amount, the fee for burying the ashes. We're going to put a reference in of churchyard fees, a description of cremated remains. So we've got our date, our account and our amount, and we've set reference and description, which are useful for searching in the future. Coming over to this side, we select our income account, so we scroll down until we find 0901 fees for occasional officers. Select that. Now we don't want to bank this into the general fund because this is specifically restricted to the churchyard, so we have to select the churchyard fund. And you will see here we've got St John's Churchyard, St John's Churchyard and St John's Churchyard. It's not an endowment. The trustees are not deciding that it belongs in the churchyard, so it's not designated, so it has to be restricted. It is legally restricted to that fund. So we select St John's Churchyard. And you'll see it's come up as St John's Churchyard, Res for restricted. The amount is correct, cremated remains copied across, that's fine, and so we click Store. And happy with all the details, we will post it. And we can note the audit number. And we go back to the dashboard. We're now in the same process, at the same time going to record that we've paid for the grass cutting in the churchyard. So we're going to need to record the expenditure. And we're going to record this as a Thursday. It comes out of the current account. And we're going to actually pay them £250 for several cuts this year. And we're going to put let's put that as churchyard costs and grass cutting there. You may have a supplier you wish to put in there if it's the same company all the time. So we got that and we got that. So this is where it's going to get more difficult. You need to come down to churchyard maintenance costs. Now, can I pay all this from the churchyard fund? I'm not sure. So if I come down to fund totals down here and click on that, after a moment it will give me how much is in the different funds. Now, the churchyard restricted fund, which is a legitimate use of this money for the grass cutting of the churchyard, only has £161 in it, which is not enough to cover the cost of the £250 that we need to pay. So we remember that, 161. Cancel that. So we select St John's Churchyard restricted. We can't put it in £250 because that will take that fund overdrawn. So we have to make that £161. And we store that. But obviously we've only paid out 161 against that fund, and the total bill is £250. So we have to add a new element. We're still at the same expenditure code. This time it'll have to come out of the general unrestricted fund, and the amount will be the balance of £89. We can call it grass cutting again, because it's still that, and store that. Because we've now made it up to £250, it has allowed us to post. So, happy with those two elements, I can now post that. And I can also just go into fund totals again. You'll see that the St John's Churchyard restricted is now at 0. Cancel that. Then we come back to the dashboard.